Hi, and welcome to another episode of Haltech's Technically Speaking. Now, today in the workshop we've got something a little bit different. We've got this 1969 model Ford Mustang. Now, you might be wondering what a carbureted car is doing in the Haltech workshop. If we open the bonnet or the hood, and have a bit of a look inside, you'll find something a little bit different. Now, what we've got is a modern fuel-injected Ford Coyote engine. Now, the 1969 model Mustang is a classic Ford. So what better engine to put in it than the Ford Coyote engine? Now, this is a really late model engine, so it's got a lot of high-tech stuff that we're going to need to be controlling while we're putting it into this early model car. So things like quad variable cam control. So the engine's actually got 4 individual camshafts, each of them are electronically controlled through the engine management system. We're also going to be retrofitting the factory electronic throttle system, so we can utilise something like cruise control later on in life. Now, to control this engine fully sequentially, we're going to need to be using the Elite 2500 series ECU. That'll offer us 8 injector drivers and 8 ignition drivers to be able to control the engine sequentially. We're also going to be using the Haltech HPI-8 high-powered ignition system, as well as using our Ford Coyote full Terminated engine harness. So we've got our good friend here, Justin from ProWire Wiring Systems. We're going to be getting him to fit the harness for us, as well as fitting any extra relays or fuses that we may need to control this particular car. Now, Emmanuel from Restomod has designed this car to be driven. It's not been designed to sit in the garage, it's designed to get used. So he will be driving it every day, and they will be sold as new style cars. So we are going to be retaining all the factory options. So we are going to be still keeping all the factory air conditioning that was on the engine, obviously not on the car. So we'll need to do a bit of work with that, with the internal climate control, as well as keeping all the alternator control to do all of the voltage regulation through the Haltech, as well as keeping any other factory functions that are on the engine. So now that we've laid the Terminated engine harness into the car, we've hooked up the battery, we've hooked up the fuel pump, everything's laid in and it's nice and neat. So you'll notice that we've got all factory brand new connectors on all of the loom, as well as all of the connectors are labelled as well. So if you go through, all your ignition coils, your injectors, your cam control solenoids are all labelled. That way we can't plug anything in back to front. Well, now that we're finished in the engine bay, let's jump in the car, we'll load the base map and get this engine started and running. Okay, we've come inside the car now and we've just gone online with our ESP software. I've loaded the Coyote base map that's supplied in the software as well. We've gone through, I've done a throttle calibration. So now the last thing to do is just to start the car, give it a tune on the dyno, and she's ready to go. That's it, it's pretty good for a first start. So look, we'll reverse it up on the dyno. If you're keen to see us dyno tuning this car, don't forget to just look to the right here. As always, don't forget to rate, comment and subscribe. Thanks very much for watching.